tech mogul Elon Musk is vowing to create an alternative to Wikipedia over bias issues, and we'll call it Grokipedia.
Now, what seemed to set this all off was Tucker Carlson's interview with Larry Sanger, Wikipedia's co-founder. Here's one clip that went viral about Wikipedia's list of reliable and unreliable sources.
Is this public, by the way? Can I go on the Wikipedia site and find out what's blacklisted?
Sure. Just type in perennial sources Wikipedia into any search engine, and the first result will be this page.
And it names them, the blacklist.
Oh, of course. Yeah, it's all color-coded.
Conservatives argue that media outlets on Wikipedia's list that are, quote, deprecated or blacklisted tend to lean to the right. David Sachs, the White House's AI and crypto czar, responded to Carlson's interview on X and wrote, Wikipedia is hopelessly biased. An army of left-wing activists maintain the bios and fight reasonable corrections, magnifying the problem. Wikipedia often appears first in Google search results, and now it's a trusted source for AI model training. This is a huge problem. It's prompted Musk to respond, we're building Grokipedia at XAI. Will be a massive improvement over Wikipedia. Frankly, it is a necessary step toward the XAI goal of understanding the universe.
Now, some, however, think the concerns are overblown. Wikipedia editor and tech researcher Molly White wrote on Blue Sky, quote, someone should probably inform the White House's AI and crypto czar that no one is forcing AI companies to train their models on Wikipedia. So the problem is bias from Wikipedia, LOL, messing up AI. And so the answer is to use new AI to build a new terrible Wikipedia clone. Every time Musk talks confidently about things I know about, he reveals how clueless he is.
Well, I don't know about that. But so I actually, Larry Sanger, the guy interviewed with Tucker Carlson, I know who he is. He's a co-founder of Wikipedia. This has been a hobby horse of his for a long time, how hopelessly biased Wikipedia is. Wikipedia obviously has some biases and some inaccuracies, particularly when it comes to biographies of controversial figures or conservative people or people whose legacies there are significant debates over. Yes, there is certainly left-wing bias. I think that's correct. I think we're overstating how bad or broken or hopelessly biased Wikipedia is. Wikipedia is still generally of the potential sources of information out there, because Wikipedia is ground-up curation,
right.
Like Community Notes on X. It tends, in my view, to be more accurate than things like, for instance, the old Facebook fact-checking system, whereby just 12 fact-checking groups, or however many it was, that were picked by Facebook, that were pathologically left-wing and much more subject to bias. Doesn't mean it's perfect, but it is, I think, sometimes unfairly beaten up by people on the right. If Elon Musk wants to build a competitor, fine by me. If it's better, it'll succeed. Great. Grok is terrific. So there's no issue there. And again, you can find things on Wikipedia that are inaccurate. I found them all the time. My Wikipedia page was inaccurate for a while. It happens, but it's not as pathological as a lot of other aspects of social media.
Yeah, I think with Wikipedia, what I notice often when I'm looking at a topic up or a person is that when there's like a considered negative news about, like you said, debating a legacy, it'll always be in there. So it usually starts with like how they grew up. You know, there's like an order to the section. It's not like when they're a Republican, you start with the negativity. You just break down the bio.
Sometimes, I mean,
there's like a format to it, right? For the most part, there's an overall format that they usually follow. Whenever I'm looking at, because I have to look things up there and then go fact check them. And I think it's important that, since a lot of people do use that as a reliable resource, that they don't just take any website that's an opinion-based thing. So even if they look at our show, don't pull all the information from our arguments, right? We have to have
soft language to describe left-wing people and harsh language to describe right-wing people. Like,
I'd like to
like when the New York Times calls, what's the Baghdadi, the ISIS head, he dies, and it's an austere religious scholar. Do you remember that?
No,
maybe that was the Post. I can't remember the Times. The Post. I think it was the Post. Like, well, okay. How about terrorist madman? How about that? Or Assad Shakur is a convicted revolutionary instead of a
which are both
murdering
true.
cop killer.
Both things are true.
She wasn't convicted of being a revolutionary.
She is a revolutionary, though. That still is part of her legacy. Like you said, it would be nuanced. In the same way, so you would argue that they would include the fact that she was revolutionary, and based on your argument, we would include that, not just the negative stuff.
Right.
But I want to talk about
for a conservative person, it's like white nationalist adjacent figure or something. Where like,
But usually Wikipedia just starts with their name and then goes into their bio. Okay, I can't even get into my point, Robbie, because we talked about
I'm sorry.
Assad secure. Okay, we'll talk about this later because I don't want to see this Grok thing come to life.
Oh, dear.
Next on Rising, I'll get to some of the sad irony around today's government shutdown. In my lens, stick around.